Hi, this is Dee Dee Jones with Money Mastery with Dee Dee and Innovative Financial. And today we're going to talk about 7 steps you can take to help your money move in the direction that you want it to. If you're joining us live, we're about a week into the year 2021, which in and of itself is quite a year. You thought 2020 was crazy. It continues to be nuts. But be that as it may, you might be somebody who has made a New Year's resolution. Over 50% of folks do, and most resolutions have to do with health or money. Well, my expertise on health is about this big, so we're going to stick to talking about the finance side. The other thing about resolutions is there's a really, really big chance that even a week into the year, you've stepped away from whatever resolution that you've made. So I'm going to share with you some steps that you can consider to get you started off on the right foot that don't have to be framed in the form of a resolution, just things to think about or actions you can take to help you be more in control of your money and help your money work for you. First one of those is, as always, make a budget. Or if you prefer, a spending plan. I kind of don't like the word budget. It implies scarcity. Spending plan. Know how you expect to have your money work for you. It's going to work for you by paying for shelter, be it a mortgage or rent. It's going to work for you by buying you groceries, etc. Understand how that money is working for you and make sure it's going to the places you want it to. You know, the classic financial advisor of overspending at Starbucks might not serve you, or it may. I know folks that Starbucks expenditure is critical to their mental health. That's okay. Just know what's important to you and make sure you know where your money's going. You can then take that information and really go a lot of directions once you understand how your money is flowing in your life. Now that you've got an idea about how your money's flowing, or even separately from that, make sure you have an emergency fund. About a third of Americans don't. It's kind of scary when you think about it. I had a college professor say most Americans are one set of tires away from bankruptcy. And that was a long time ago. I'm not going to fess up how long. Probably not that far off today. But if you're getting stimulus money, this is a great way to put it to use for you. You can save until you have at least 3 months of a basic budget. You know, if you did the budget in step number 1, you know how much it takes to run your household. Now, if you're in a situation where you're having to live off your emergency fund, your lifestyle might change. It might be ramen or cans of beans or whatever it is, and perhaps less streaming. And so that budget can shrink a bit, but at least 3 months, if not 6, is a really good emergency fund. And you're going to say, well, where can I put it to help it earn interest? There's no place right now. You want that money easily accessible, and those places are going to have low to no returns. So that's why we don't want 2 years worth sitting in that, but at least 3 to 6 months. Now, what's 3? Start or increase your savings for retirement, because no matter who you are out there, there's a person inside you that will be an elderly person in the future. And we want to take care of that person. Imagine you're looking in a mirror and you're seeing yourself 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. That's somebody that's really important to you. How can we make sure that you make choices now that take good care of them in the future? Think about it. Sometimes, you've had unexpected bills come up and you figure out a way to pay them. This is that same kind of bill, although it's far more expected. Look carefully at how money is flowing and make it a priority to get some funds put away for that. Number 4, pay down and pay off debt where you can. Once you've created a budget, but if the debt is continuing to weigh you down, it can feel like an anchor. You know the feeling. So put away your credit cards until they're paid off and do your best to pay more than the minimum balance and focus on the high debt first. And when one card's paid off, put the payment that you were putting there toward the next one. And that will allow you to snowball and get those debts paid off. And think about human behavior. Once you've paid off a loan, reward yourself. Something simple, but that won't get you back under the crunching blows of dealing with credit cards. And now 5 relates to that debt. Keep the debt reasonable. We all have debt in different forms, be it credit cards, student, auto loans, mortgages. keeping them paid off helps you stay ahead of the game, but just because you can borrow doesn't mean that you should. We all have borrowing capacity. Keep your monthly outflows for your home below 28% of your pre-tax income. Or if you're looking your total monthly debt payments with the credit card, mortgage, auto, student loans, below 35% of your pre-tax income. Those are really good rules of thumb. In fact, you will qualify for more mortgage than these numbers, but if you can keep it below those numbers, you're going to be able to have a very comfortable lifestyle in all likelihood and not feel overwhelmed by the debt. Number 6, this is back to that human nature piece. Give to a cause that's near and dear to your heart. Supporting causes that have meaning for us can really impact how we approach life and how we feel about life. It's very empowering. It connects you to something bigger than yourself. And it can be just a few dollars, or even volunteer your time if you can. And number 7, this is always get your affairs in order. Many of us have known folks who have succumbed to COVID or other related maladies in the past year, and it really drives home the importance of making sure that you've got things taken care of. I mean, the obvious stuff like a will or a trust, updating beneficiaries on your retirement accounts and your life insurance, and definitely revisiting a living will. That's the document that tells your friends and family what your preferences are regarding medical treatment. Related to that is a durable power of attorney, that document that allows somebody to make financial choices on your behalf if you're incapacitated. All of these things are really, really important. Looking at your digital legacy. I'm going to do a whole video on that one coming up. So those are 7 steps that you can take to gain more control around your money, and hopefully baby steps that you can take to just help you feel more in control of your world. Our world is crazy. These are steps you can make to make your little corner of it a little bit less crazy. Wishing you a less crazy 2021. This is Dee Dee Jones with Money Mastery with Dee Dee and Innovative Financial. And as always, if you've got questions for us, please reach out. We're happy to help. Take care.